Hi, hi. I think we're left with 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go live. 2 minutes. All right. Um, Trying to send the link to people. Someone asked for a link, so I'm trying to send it from my phone. Trying to send the link. Uh, Copy. Okay. All right. I'm trying to see whether the link will work. Um, you have two people. You have two people. I keep forgetting I'm supposed to look into the camera. I did say we are doing 20 minutes, and I would like to really be on time. Okay, so the link is working. 20 minutes, and I would like to. So yes. Hi. Welcome. Let me just make it real live on YouTube. On YouTube. Join us if you can. Join us if you can. All right. So 5 people. Um, okay. You can let your friends know about it, and they can join. And they can join. So 7. We get 10 people and we start peace. Where I attended schooling. When you are late, they waste your time. So I hate being late. I have this principle that if you know you're going to be late, let the person know. But well, anyway, this is in school. So if you are late, or depending on the lecturer, sometimes if the lecturer enters before you, you are made to go and work at OPD. So if let's say a lecture of 45 minutes, we usually had one lecture, two lectures, 45 minutes, or two lectures. They will make you work at OPD for about 5 hours. And so you will feel that they are wasting your time. So that next time you are late. 9 people, we are waiting for the 10th person, and then we'll start. And then we'll start. So just waste your time. Please, if you have any question, hi, Nana. You, hi. Oh, okay, so I can type here. Hello, hello. There's always a first time to something, eh? All right. So, please, if you can share the link. You can share my phone. Okay, 10 people, so we are starting. My phone has a dark whatever. My daughter broke it, so you can share the link if or 2 people left, so we are back to 8. You can share the link, yes, so that people will know about it. Anyway, so let's start. Epidural. Um, had I decided I wanted epidural when I got pregnant? When I was nearing 9 months, I knew I didn't want pain. You know, no one wants pain. Okay. Someone sent me a message. Anyway, no one wants pain anyway. So I was thinking of ways not to have pain, and I was thinking of well, SVD. I'm going to push SVD is when you go through vaginal delivery, and then CS. So I decided on CS anyway. My reason wasn't important. It wasn't a serious reason, but I just didn't want to go through the whole thing of pushing, the whole pain of pushing. And so I told my mom, I think I wrote it on Facebook or I made a video on it one of these days. Please forgive me. I like looking at myself. I'm supposed to look here. So I told my mom I'm going to have CS. My mom and I are pretty close, yeah. And that night, she woke up. I woke up to see her praying on my tummy. Yeah, that's my mom for you. Anyway, so then I decided not to have CS, and I was transferred at that time to Koforidua Regional Hospital. Before I got there, I decided I wanted to do a epidural. I'd read about it. I had spoken to a few anesthetists, and I always say that before you choose something, you should know. You should know what you're about. You should know what you're about. Sorry, someone is asking if it started. Okay, started. You should know what it's about so that you don't go copying someone. I just posted it on a page, and then one lady said when she told her husband about it when she was pregnant, her husband said, "It's natural." It's natural, it's natural. But well, it's all good. So when I got to Koforidua Regional Hospital, I went to see the obstetrician with Dr. Boama. If you ever get to watch this, thank you. He was very nice, and I told him, "Oh, I don't want to do epidural. Sorry, I don't want to push just like that. I want to do epidural." Like, hey, you doctor. So he connected me to one of the anesthetists. All right. And when we got connected, I think I was around 36 or 37 weeks. And 36 or 37 weeks. And we schedule my gynecologist and I, the obstetrician, and that's Dr. Boama. We schedule around 38 weeks. If labor doesn't set in, we talked about a couple of things. So the anesthetist was aware that I'll give birth from 38 weeks going, 38 weeks to 40 weeks. That was our plan. Like I always say, doctors or your obstetrician shouldn't be some god or something you are afraid of. When you go, tell the person what you want. It's your body, it's your baby. This is what I want. Is it safe? What are the implications? What are the pros? What are the cons? Let the person walk you through it so that you don't do copy and paste. Your neighbor did this, so you're also copying. This neighbor also did that, or this neighbor did this, and this happened to the baby. This happened to the woman, so you're also copying. No, know exactly why you are doing something and if it's going to work for you. Always, when you go to the doctor's office, may I tell my patients that if you're coming to the consulting room and you know you are forgetful like me, I'm very forgetful. If you know you are forgetful like me, jot your questions down. Sometimes you see a patient walk in after you've consulted, the person will go and then come back, oh doctor, I forgot this thing. It's fine. You see the person on some other day, the person will say, oh, the other time when I came, there was this other issue that I forgot. But if you had written it down, only if you had written it down, you wouldn't have forgotten. So if you know you are forgetful, write your things down. Write all your questions because this is about you. So we decided 38 weeks to 40 weeks. And I went to work. I was working as usual. On Friday, I was having lower abdominal pain. And well, if you are getting close to your time, once in a while you feel that contraction. So I thought it was something, it was the usual one, so I was okay with it. Then on Saturday, my mom and I took our bath. I think she was bathing, we had eaten, she was bathing. And then I told her, Mama Lou, the pain is too much. So let's go. She was like, are you sure? I was like, I'm able to endure pain, but this pain is too much. So let's go. So we went, sorry. So we went to the emergency at the obstetric unit at Koforidua Regional Hospital. We got there. They checked me. I was 2 cm. So now I told them that I'm doing epidural. So they had to go look for my anesthetist. Apparently he had traveled to UK. Obi and I have a plan so we're to quite or go UK. So they had to go look for someone who knew how to do it. Now, this is very important. Someone might be an anesthetist, but maybe hasn't gone through or done this procedure before. Has been able to give what we call spinal when you are given when someone is going through but maybe hasn't done this epidural all on its own before. It is very important that you find out whether the person has done some before, whether the person will be able to take you through, whether the person has enough time. Now, if you go to a hospital, this is what I always tell the women. One, thank you, Selena, Tutu, that's Portia, Jessica, Nana, Nyako. Thank you for joining in. I always tell people that when you go to the hospital and you tell your doctor I want to do a epidural, make sure that the anesthetist will be available for you. Because just imagine an anesthetist, one anesthetist, running a whole clinic. It happens, this is Ghana. Running a whole clinic, maybe they just have one anesthetist on duty. And you are in labor. You expect that anesthetist to come just sit with you and leave the others. Probably there might be an emergency CS or something. So that anesthetist that you are going to use for your epidural, the hospital should have the luxury of letting that person be with you alone because you are supposed to be monitored. There's supposed to be someone with you. You don't put an epidural on someone's back and someone's spine, you just leave the person. So we found someone who was also had good knowledge about epidural and he fixed it for me. So between that time that I think my mom sent someone to go look for the anesthetist from the first triage area where I was to see him, we're looking for a bed and I was supposed to book a room, a doctor's room, but I was late. And when I got there, they didn't have. So I didn't mind. Let's go to the general ward. And I got there, it was also full, and I was just pushing the wall. I was just pushing all. Labor is painful, Charlie. If someone goes through labor, comes, I know there's a supernatural way of giving birth. Hallelujah. If you get that, I'm a Christian, you all know. If you get that, hallelujah. If not, labor is very painful. If someone goes through labor, just say, and you're better inside. You just don't walk in and come out like that. But then if someone goes through labor, the person has done extremely well. It's just by God's grace. So I was pushing on the wall while they looked for a room for me, and finally they found a room. And before they took my things, and so I got my own cubicle. And then because I'm a doctor, my mom was able to come in with me. She sat with me while they were fixing the epidural. Now I'm going to take you through, just going to explain how it is, so you can imagine. I made funny enough, I made sure they took a video of me when they were fixing it. However, that phone was for my mom and it crashed, so we lost the video. It had, as in, it was a video that was recording everything that was being done. So I'm just going to walk us through. So what they do is imagine maybe you haven't done a CS, but maybe you haven't given birth before, so you don't know. So you go, you are in pain though, so I'm gonna catch you, oh, a baby, a baby. Either you sit on the bed or they make you lie and then crawl. Your knees will be up to your chest so that your spine, just say, that was safe. Your spine will just be straight for them. When I say straight, not like perpendicular straight, but there will be nothing like a curvature there. You will lie very well for them to insert it, or they will bring a table, or someone might hold you so that your spine, the whole area is clear. There's nothing like there's nothing like a curvature anywhere. That's what they are going to do. So they will clean the place. Of course, it's supposed to be a sterile procedure. So the whole kit, they have a kit. It comes in a kit. They'll open it and then they will attach some plastic thing at your back. They will choose. The epidural is done at your lower back. That's your lumbar vertebra. Their bones are your lower back. They are going to, there's a specific one they are going to use, and they have something they count. So they will choose one of the spaces in between it. And then they are going to insert a needle. Now this, I don't have, imagine this. It's a thin needle. This is a pen. So don't say Dr. Adams said you're going to insert something as big as a Hello, Esther. Don't say Dr. Adams said you are going to insert something as big as a pen through my back. No, I haven't said that. I'm just using this as an example so you understand. It's a thin needle. So, all right, I should have gotten something. So this is my sanitizer. This is your lower back, and this your bones. So I count and I choose this one. So they are just going to insert this, like I said, thin needle. And you know, a thin needle. It's not something huge like this. It's not something big as this. They are just going to insert it in there, and that the needle will go in there. Of course, first, sorry, they are going to numb the place. They'll give you local anesthesia. So they numb the place so that when the needle is going through, you feel that something is going through, but you don't feel the pain. So first, they clean the area. It's a sterile procedure, so they clean the area. They just make sure it's clean, and then they will push. They give you the local anesthesia. After that, the place is numb. Then they'll push the pin, sorry, the needle right in there. When they are done, they'll put this thing it's like a thread. It's a catheter or tube. It's like a very thin, not like this one. I understand, Mama. Yeah, very thin. They'll push it through this. They will move the needle. That's a metallic one. So at your back, when someone checks your back, they'll just see the thin thread hanging in there or coming through your back. That is what it looks like. And with that, it's a long tube, so it can come from your back, and they are going to strap it or they are going to put plaster on it. And through that is what your medicine is going to go through. That thing catheter or the tube, remember it was a big needle, it goes through, they will move the metallic one, it will be left and they insert the catheter. The catheter is a thin thread, and that is what they are going to be pushing the medication through. Yes, so that will be at your back throughout your labor. That is what's going to be at your back throughout your labor. And in Europe, they give the woman a monitor. And now a monitor is the woman is able to add or reduce the medication going in there. In Ghana, okay, fine. Where I did mine, I don't want to generalize and say in Ghana we don't have the monitor yet. Maybe some private hospitals, some posh private hospitals might have it. But where I did mine, there was no monitor. So I wasn't in control of the medication that was going. But outside, they give you the monitor. If you feel you are feeling pain, now the idea of epidural is for you to go through labor without pain. So immediately you feel like, I remember this place is paining. Then there's up and down. You just press the up. Now someone will say, won't someone overdose? No. The monitor has its upper limit. There's a limit you can't go above. So there's no way you overdose. No, they are. It's a well controlled system. So they give you this. Immediately you feel, this place is paining me. It's not supposed to pain. Epidural is supposed to be maximum pain-free labor. So you just press, then you are fine. Then you are just relaxing. Me, I was taking pictures. My mom was the one who was around. My husband was working in Accra, and Tema actually he was supposed to come previously, but he wasn't able to come. So it was my mom was around. I was just taking pictures. I wanted the procedure. I wanted to record this. I wanted to record the whole thing. I took pictures of the monitor. I took pictures of the things. Of course, I had a midwife. I took pictures and videos of a lot of things because I wasn't in pain. And I was hearing other women in other cubicles screaming. You see, hey, Charlie, go for bro. And I was enjoying, yes, because this is what I chose, because I had information, because I had knowledge of this. Not everyone knows this. And so in Europe, they have this, America and Europe, they have this monitor where the woman is able to monitor and is able to add up when she or he is in pain. There is supposed to be a monitor standing by you. You are connected to it. So just imagine if you go to a health centers can't, they don't have enough things. You go to a small clinic, it can't be done. So it depends on where you are going to give birth to. And where chinchini that you've gone to a small hospital and you're going to give doctors and midwives pressure that chinchina, you want epidural. When so sister, if they don't have epidural there and that is your means or given that's your only means, give birth SVD, it's a CSO, everything will be fine. However, I'm just sharing this for people who will have the opportunity, who will have go to a hospital where they'll have the opportunity to choose between epidural or not. So there's a whole monitor just by you. If you go to a hospital where they have one monitor and there's a patient at ICU, or there's a patient who just had CS and they have to monitor, they'll come and take it from you, but you also need it. So me, I went to a place where I knew they were capable and they were able to do it for me. Benedict High. So when they connected it, that was it. However, because the anesthesists that oh, 20, we are past 20 minutes, I said 20 minutes. I'm sorry, my bad. Yes. Because the anesthetist that I chose wasn't around, this particular one who was busy, he said he wasn't on duty, but he was kind of running some errands just around the hospital. So he left. And I was just laying there talking to my mom. I was enjoying. In fact, they'll come and do V. If you've given birth before, you know that V is we put these two fingers into your vagina, then we check how dilated your cervix is. It's painful, but because I had epidural, I wasn't feeling the pain. Now, when you are doing CS, when they do spinal, you go quote unquote dead from your waist down. With epidural, you don't really go dead. You just feel numb. You just feel numb. I could walk because I could get down and be in my chamber port and come back up, of course, with the help. But I wasn't dead from waist down, unlike CS, that when they give you the spinal, CS is spinal anesthesia, you go dead from that side. I wasn't dead from my waist down. It was just heavy. I could move it really and come back onto my bed. So basically, that's it. Yes, it's a simple procedure. From that time, I was 2 cm till the time they got me a bed and I got to the labor ward and all. I think when they inserted it and they started, I was 4 cm. And from 4 cm, free body to, I was just enjoying life. I was just enjoying life on the bed in the cubicle talking to my mom and everyone. It was a nice experience. When you are done with it, when I was baby came out, her head was small, but I got it. And when they were suturing, I know how suturing is very painful. I've never had it before. That was my first baby. But I've sutured a lot of women, and I know the pain they go through. You can't suture someone without giving local anesthesia. You're supposed to give lidocaine to numb the place, and even with that, they still feel the pain. But with me, I wasn't giving anything because I had a epidural on my back. So they just sutured. I didn't feel anything, but I didn't even know she had started suturing. What drew my attention that she was suturing was when she was pulling the thread, the suture, when she pulls it to make it tight. And I feel like, oh, okay, so something is tightening the choke. Okay, choke. When she puts the needle, I didn't feel any pain for the suturing because of the epidural. So I gave birth fine. Now I'll go through the questions. Some people ask questions, so I wrote them down. I'll go through some of the questions. I targeted 20 minutes. My dad, 20 minutes. It seems to go over. Let's target 30 minutes. I don't want to waste time. I just want to go straight to the point. Anyway, so after that, I was sent to the recovery ward, two baby, third baby, and all. My mistake, one thing that I didn't ask, I did not know that after birth, they could still top up the medication. And you know, when the medication started wearing off, I didn't feel pain anywhere, but my vagina, where it was sutured, it was paining me, but I did not know. I did not know that I could call the anesthetist to come and top up. Intimate one, I'm going to catch you antiness, so I do with your elbow, me wicked. You should give me para. She told me that doctors there where they do. She did not give me. I'm laughing, but it was a serious thing. My mom was away. She had gone home. It was late in the night. She didn't give me. So the next morning when my boss came, they catch her on fire and kakra. She didn't give me. Parao. She didn't give me. She said, doctors, they are here. Someone who has given birth. Why do we want to glorify pain like that? Why? Why wouldn't he? Maybe I should be painful. No. Para. She didn't give me. She didn't give me the para. I did not know that. That was mine. I don't want to use first mistake, but one of the mistakes I made, I didn't know that I could call that necessary to come and top up. So the following day, he came to check up on me. They were a team actually. There were like three of them. They came to check up on me, and I told them that I was in pain during the night because of the suturing. And he said, "Oh, but we're all here during the night. And you tell us." I said, "I didn't know." That is why you need to make an informed decision, and your informed decision should be based on questions and answers you've gotten, not just from your doctor, but from the anesthetist who is going to work on you. Ask questions. Ask questions. You've read, you heard that someone went to do, paralyze a yampa. What happened to the person? You read that the person went to do it and had a serious headache. A yampa. What happened? Ask questions. The question seems silly. Please mention a name, Sharon. That's like 2 years ago. You heard someone was paralyzed from down there after. Mention the name. Now I'm going to go through some of the questions. Okay, fine. So what's the advantages of epidural? I'm looking at the time here because I said 20 minutes and now we are pushing 30. You are awake. You see everything that is happening. Basic advantage. You are awake. You see everything that is happening. Less pain. I didn't feel any pain. However, when the baby, I was about to push the baby, that whole pushing thing, the edge, push, no, and then it push here. Someone told me a story where a doctor, now it's a story. Most of the things people say they've had complications, they are all stories. They don't know. They haven't spoken to the person themselves. Now, what this story that I'm going to tell you. I also didn't speak to the person. It's a doctor who told me about a doctor that she had a epidural. Her anesthetist and midwife weren't with her. They were going up and down, going up and down. Now, when she got to 10 cm, that's when your cervix is fully dilated. She had slept because there was no pain. She had slept. So baby was stuck in her vagina for a long time. Baby came out a bit breathless. That is why I insist that when you do epidural, your nurse is supposed to be there. An anesthetist is supposed to be there. You are not supposed to be left alone. Was I ever left alone? Yes, my anesthetist said he wasn't the one I chose. He was a substitute. He was running an errand just in the hospital. So he was going and coming. My midwife was attending. This is Ghana. They can't attend to it. So she was attending to me and someone. However, my mom was attending all the time. But my midwife was with me like 80% of the time. She was there checking on my monitor, checking on my, they can put a catheter or they will tell you to be getting down to wee. Mine, they will ask me to get down to wee. She was checking on my urine output, my number. So I wasn't alone. That is the underlying thing. When they fix an epidural in your back, you are not supposed to be alone. Now, that story that I've told you, the doctor, because she was pain-free, she slept, and the baby was almost out, but the head was stuck and came out with breathing issues. Me, nothing of that sort happened. Praise the Lord, or I don't want to use the word lucky. They were always with me. So ask, okay, can you breastfeed? Another question someone asked, can you breastfeed immediately after the epidural? Oh, of course. Baby was when the baby came out now, they just put baby on my chest. You know, you are supposed to, we've been encouraging that bonding thing of late. So baby was just put on me. Okay, I'm going to say, I put my bread. And I was sending up as hey, my bread now, I'm seven. So they put baby on me and they started cleaning me. And that was the time they were switching. Man said, baby was on me. I was talking to my mom. I think my husband had called video when man said, I'll just fill in the pool of the suture. Then they sent me to the ward. At the ward, I started breastfeeding immediately. Did I have a headache? I didn't have a headache. Now, research has shown that 1 to 3% of women who go through epidural, 1 to 3 or 1 to 3% of women who go through epidural might have that headache after. You know that headache usually happens in women who have CS. We tell them when you do CS, you had a spinal anesthesia. We tell them not to raise their heads up early, but they do. You have a headache for weeks and months to come. I didn't have headache. I was getting up to really, but 1 to 3% might have a headache. I did not have a headache. Some of the questions, back pain. You will feel back pain. Anyone who goes through SVD cramp, where SVD is going through vaginal delivery because you are pushing your back might hurt you a bit. CS, your body might hurt you a bit. Now, this epidural, I didn't really have back pain, but at the site where they injected, which is normal, they inject you at a place, that place will be, it will pain you a bit. But that was normal. It wasn't something huge that I can say I had back pain. Did I take medication for it? No. Did I apply something to it? No. So the back pain. Please, if you have any questions, you can leave it here so that I can answer. What are the main side effects? Itchiness at that side when they put the needle where they insert the cannula. You might feel a bit itchy, and the place might be a bit bruised. Of course, they inserted something. Like I said, a lot of people talk about complications that people have been paralyzed down. I haven't heard from they don't know the person. They are just saying it because someone has told them, someone said this, someone is 30 minutes. Charlie, forgive me. I wanted to ask you just 20 minutes. I really am sorry. I haven't seen some, I won't sit here and say I know someone who has an epidural and got paralyzed. I just hear people say, hey, yes, 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 yes. That is why I wish people be asking questions through here. Um, so basically, that's it. Um, Contraindications. Now, the reason why I wrote on Facebook, my what are the risks of damage to my spine? Will it slow down labor? It doesn't slow down labor at all. I do. It doesn't. Please, if you have questions, just ask so that we can just finish up on time. It doesn't. I just can't understand why you glorify faith. Oh, of course, Jessica. Let me finish, Esther. It doesn't slow down pain. I went into labor around 9. We left home around 9 because it was so let's say 9, 10. I was 2 cm. From that time, they inserted the epidural. I gave it around 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when it was 7, it will be less than 7 hours. It won't slow down anything at all. Your natural process is going to go through nothing. And with epidural, because the thing is already there, in case you have complications later, they can just turn it into CS anesthesia and then you are go. Jessica, yes, I don't understand why we glorify pain. Para. But me crampo, if I had known, I'll just call the anesthetist to come and talk about. I didn't know. Simple para. This nurse refused to give me that para. Do team. And I was walking, the place was paining. And I was a first time mother. I was walking, I think I was bleeding. So I was going to the washroom to go change the pad. So I just got up, now I'm in a temper. Hey, come and see them. I don't want no bar. Doesn't make sense. What do we do to ourselves? Why do we do that to ourselves? Africans. Doctor said, what has this got to do with a doctor? I'm a human being and I was in pain. Anyway, so please, if you have any questions, let's ask. Let's just write them down. I think basically that was the questions people were asking me. Someone asked when I made the fibroid video. Someone came to my DM and asked if the fibroid interfered with it. Nothing, nothing. It did nothing. Your obstetrician is supposed to know where your fibroid is situated. If the baby can come to your vagina, fine. Because some fibroids are situated around the cervix area. If it's big, baby can come down. Mine wasn't there. I think forgot it 2 years ago. Posterior anterior. It wasn't there. It didn't bother me at all. If you have any questions, so that we can close and people can come watch the video later on. We've spoken about the headache, we've spoken about back pain. Basically, that's it. It's not something big as we imagine it to be. Um, Please let's answer our questions. If you have any questions for me, or you can leave them here later, I can come answer them. Basically, that is it. There's nothing big to epidural. It's not a big operation. It's not something huge. You just need an anesthetist who knows what they are doing. Yes, who's done it before, who has the knowledge and knows what they are doing, who is not busy. The person shouldn't leave you because the person will come in to talk up. Whilst I was lying there, anytime I felt the pain, I will call. Can you take the epidural and say immediately your water breaks, even before you go into active labor? Yes, they will insert it, but usually they want you to go into active labor first. They will insert immediately your water break, they will insert the catheter, they put the needle there, but they will not start adding the medication because passive labor is 0 to 4 centimeters. So active labor starts from 4 centimeters. So they'll only start giving you the medication when I'm looking at the question, please, like Rosalind is there. So they'll insert it, your water breaks, they'll insert it, but they will not start putting in the medication till you are in active labor because people can stay in passive labor for like 24 hours. Yes, people do that. The person will be at a passive labor, 0 to 4, never 0 to 3, 0 to 3, for 24 hours. People can do that. People can labor on progresses. So they want to know that you have progressed because we are going into your spine. Please, do you understand? So active labor starts for 4 cm. 4 cm, that's when active labor starts. So they can put it there, but they won't put in the medication. Please, if you have any questions, let me know so we can wrap up and we can go. Very informative. Thanks for sharing. Thank you, Sharon, for passing through. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to share it so people know. People talk about video. You are supposed to know your choices so that you choose what is best for you. Now you don't know things and you just go labor laboratories say no, people don't go through a lot of them, like 90% of them had epidural because why suffer? No one ever won an award for suffering. No one ever won an award for best pain. So why should you suffer? You see, but this is Ghana. We don't have um, all the things we need to. We don't even have enough anesthetists now. But when I went into labor, I think there were like the women in Crampa, like 8 other women in labor. So just imagine we had 8 anesthetists, 1, 2. It would have been beautiful, but we do not have that. So Rosalind, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Nananya, Kun, Jessica, Portia, Selena, Joanne, Esther, Benedicta, Sharon. Yes, for making it. Rosalind, I really appreciate your time. You can share the video so people know this is the basic one. This is the basic of what happens when you go for a video. Great information. Thank God I didn't miss it. I'm glad. So you just talk to your doctor. If they can do it, fine. But if they can't do it, don't stress yourself. Just know that God is going to see you through vaginal delivery, or even if it's CS that's you're supposed to have. God will see you through. But then, if you have the choice, nyame adom, now I'm going to give birth again. I'm going back to Koforidua because, well, it's close. If not, I'll find a hospital in Accra, in Tema, where they can give epidural, and then I'll do it because I enjoyed it so much. Um, Before I got to 4 cm, the pain I was going through, I did not know. I was like, hey, this is the pain people are going through. People are mass, bro. I was in so much pain. I was like, I cannot go through this pain after 10 cm. And then epidural came in. Thanks for this session. God bless you for answering my question. I really suggest to make a video about S palsy and what anyone should check out for when the face gets hold of their baby. All right, Esther. I'll jot it down and it will be one of the videos I do very soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. I said 20 minutes, but we've done 37 minutes. I'm sorry. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment section below. I'll come and answer. Yes, I'll come and answer. Thank you very much. I cannot overemphasize that. So yes, ask questions when you go to the hospital and make an informed decision. Epidural is safe when it's done by a trained person. It should be your choice. No one should force you into doing anything. It's your body, it's your baby. But at the end of the day, remember, like I said, if there's no epidural, you can give birth naturally. We just want you and baby alive. That is the end goal. This was Sam with Dr. Adams. Best live session ever. Yay! Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you for being part. All right, bye. Bye. Thank you.